person that's here who's the greatest and most successful female rapper in history, Nicki Minaj.
I am probably the president's #1 fan. And that's not going to change.
Hello guys, I'm with my favorite president, the best president of all time.
And I'm with the queen of rap.
Tonight's red hot video featuring an unlikely friendship that I think we're all here for. Nicki Minaj, the queen of rap, Trump's #1 fan, showing up to the Trump Accounts event that was held yesterday afternoon, announcing that she will be contributing between $150,000 to $300,000 to fund her fans' Trump accounts. This partnership only proving that conservatives do it better. Here's a necessary flashback to Kamala's campaign when Cardi B wrote a last-minute speech on her phone just to get an extra paycheck.
1 second, guys, 1 second. So I don't take lightly the call. Sorry, guys, I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous, guys. I've been waiting for this moment this whole life, my whole life. Thank you. All right. Vice President Kamala Harris, thank you for having me.
Alex, inspirational.
Oh,
no?
that was great. It was like for a moment she kind of might have forgotten the last name of the vice president. I don't really know. Yeah, such a mess. I do think that having Nicki Minaj at the White House, part of this Trump administration, she was previously at the Turning Point USA event. I believe we discussed that. Watching her ex too has changed. It seems like she's gotten a bit religious. She talks a lot about God. You know, I think she's an empowering voice, and she also represents a demographic that the Republicans are really going to need in the midterms and going forward. The ones that talking about a mom, she's a mom. Also, the black vote they need to dip into. So I think it's a positive. Also, there's something in this rapper movement because tonight there's going to be a party at the executive branch, Don Jr.'s club, and they have Akon performing. So you wonder, like, you know, are these artists all moving over to support the Trump family?
Although you have to wonder how much is Akon getting paid for that. So
that might be true.
My favorite part of this Nicki Minaj story is that she's from Trinidad, and she said she posted a photo of her holding a Trump gold card, you know, the immigration, you know, have to pay $1 million. She says, oh, I got this for free, basically. And then the White House had to clarify, oh, this was just a memento. So she's going to go through the normal process for citizenship, I guess.
Well,
but really, Nicki Minaj started when she started getting on the Trump side was because President Trump moved forward with putting Nigeria as a country of particular concern regarding Christian persecution. That's when she really started coming out in favor of President Trump, working with Ambassador Mike Waltz on this issue as well. So definitely like seeing the shift, and you know they are cultural icons, and conservatives always do really bad on that part, but you know we always have Kid Rock to be on our side, and now Nicki.
And Lee Greenwood.
Oh, Lee Greenwood, he's a legend.
Previously, she was very vocal against the administration in terms of, I think it was like back in the 2016 time, immigration specifically. Like I think one of her songs, is it Black Barbie or something like that, she references, she basically references Trump and the immigration issue. So it's great to see the turn of the tide.
And this stuff does matter. The cultural stuff does matter. And on one side, yes, we have Nicki Minaj, we have Kid Rock, as you mentioned. On the other side, Bruce Springsteen is once again injecting himself into politics, this time releasing a new anthem for liberals, a song entitled Streets of Minneapolis, basically an anti-ICE song. Here's a snippet.
Trump's federal thugs beat up on his face and his chest. Then we heard the gunshots, and Alex Pretty lay in the snow dead.
Dan, I think I heard you blasting the song when you drove into work. Right?
No, I think that Springsteen has long been a liberal. Even Chris Christie likes him, so I wonder what he thinks of this song. And he's kind of played both sides. He helped coach Trump for debates, but I think that it's kind of a sad commentary on society when we have conservative singers, we have conservative restaurants, we have liberal restaurants. I remember I did a story about how after Morton's, there was protesters against Brett Kavanaugh for the Roe v. Wade decision, and they issued a statement saying, "Hey, we want this was terrible that Kavanaugh was protested," and then liberals made fake reservations at Morton's across the country because they were so mad that they had stood up with Kavanaugh.
If Morton's had been owned by Jews, that the Democrats would have firebombed it, I think. Look, this is all insane. First of all, Bruce Springsteen sucks, and his music sucks, and that song sucks, and it's a joke. And of course, he owns so much property, his big estate in New Jersey, that he pretends is a farm and takes agricultural tax deductions. He needs a lot of illegal aliens, as so many wealthy Democrats
so you're not
do.
A fan?
So no, I'm not a fan of his at all, and I never has. But he's a clown and a joke, and that song is a donkey song. And personally, I've always preferred Cardi B because she's funnier.
Really?
I play audio sound bites of her on my radio show because she says the most ridiculous things about her friends who are in prison and they only get 2 pairs of underwears, and she makes me laugh more. But Nicki Minaj, she's more of an adult.
We'll have to see who Cardi B campaigns with coming up.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.